Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
We live?
We're live!
Holy shit. We're watching. Welcome to Drinking Bros Sports Tailgate Legends Show.
Get lost in this
We're
couch.
on Boston Joe's sofa today watching some Olympics because this shit is taking place worlds away from here and we could not get tailgating tickets.
Well, nobody can get tickets because nobody's allowed.
Which is so ridiculous. The optics here are nothing short but incredible. We've got weightlifters lifting with no mask on, running over to their coaches who have chin diapers around their chin, hugging, and then quickly moving the mask back up and putting a mask on. I don't know exactly how that prevents any kind of a spread of anything.
Nobody's allowed to go except for obviously like the trainers and people who are part of the teams and Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden.
Oh,
Did you see
Jill
her in
Biden.
attendance? She was there. She was. She's there.
Oh,
She's allowed to go, but apparently the rest of the world isn't. I mean, it does take away from it, right? All last year we
The
saw
ratings are at an all-time low.
Oh, well, of course. But we saw it last year with the NBA, and there was nobody in the state. It takes something away not having fans there. You know when this fake crowd noise being pumped in. I don't think they're doing that in Tokyo, but when they did it last year with the NBA and the NHL, the fake crowd noise, you can tell it's not authentic. And I can only imagine, I mean, granted, I never played in a huge stadium full of people when I played sports, but I can imagine if that's what I was used to, and then all of a sudden you get that taken away.
Let's face it, most of these Olympic sports, nobody's piling into the stadiums to watch them play.
Maybe.
It's all just moms and dads.
I guess so. I mean,
Like, you don't ever see like a full house on the pole vault. Like pole vaulters have probably been pole vaulting alone since the beginning of
probably,
time.
but you used to just sit on the pole vaults in high school, right?
Yeah, it's different.
People would watch
That
you
was
do
for
that?
my OnlyFans.
Oh, is that at Eric Tanzi Official on OnlyFans? Can we find you there?
Sure.
Hey, honestly, I've thought about it. Giorgio says it pays
I
his
almost
rent.
ended up on OnlyFans this weekend.
You almost ended up on OnlyFans this
I
weekend.
almost did.
Would you like to share that?
I felt like I could. It's not really sports related.
If you do anything right, it can be considered a sport.
Sure. Well, I mean, this is the tailgating show, and I feel like if we're tailgating, we don't always have to talk about sports.
How about we talk about what people who watch sports talk about?
What do they talk about?
Your OnlyFans.
Okay. Do you want me to tell this story?
Yeah, I want you to tell this story. You've been hinting at it and teasing it. I'm ready for it. Bury the lead, baby.
I mean, I was kind of hinting at it before the show because I didn't know if I should tell this story or not.
Now it's too late. I think you're committed at this
I mean,
point.
I hope those people don't listen to this show.
I mean, you don't have to say names.
Yeah, I won't. But I at least have to say like how I felt, and so then I don't know, that could offend somebody. I mean, I would not like I give a shit.
Wait, you offend someone?
Look, I don't give a fuck about that. But I mean, these people are really nice and they're my friends, and I don't kink shame. They can do whatever they want.
But
I'm not into that. It's just not my style. Per se.
Well, what is it? What are we talking about here?
So
Tansy?
I got invited to a party.
Oh, wish I got the invite. Anyway, proceed.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know how I got the invite, but I did, and it was a bunch of Instagram models.
We call them thoughts.
I forgot what his thoughts mean again.
That hoe over there, which
Okay.
I hate. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, proceed.
All right, so and it was like the party theme was like degenerate.
Oh boy. So
Degenerates
starting
or
off hot,
something.
baby.
And so I was flattered to even get invited. These people are way above my pay grade. One of the guys I had a conversation with made $78,000 that day.
That day?
That day.
Doing
and
what?
he's retired.
Doing what? Do we
I
want to
think
know?
he was leveraging Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies, and he did the 78,000. He's been retired since he was 35. He's 38 now or 37, and he was on a forum or blog. I don't know much about it, and they had made like a bet that he couldn't leverage that much Bitcoin, and he's like, I could turn $5,000 into $75,000, and he's like, so I actually kind of went back to work today, and in 8 hours, I was able to leverage that money. I was like, shit, dude, did you make $75,000 a day? He's like, no, I made 78. I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, it was that kind of party, and there was just models everywhere. And there was this one chick, she was there, and I mean, fuck, I'll just say who she was. A Combat Barbie from Vegas. Like if you ever looked her up on Instagram.
Name drop.
She was really pretty. Nikki Fit 40 was there.
I'm not going to
she's
say their
got
names.
thousands.
Fuck it, I'm going to say their names.
I mean, I'm not going to say the like name of the party or whatever,
Sure,
and I'm not
sure.
going to say like. I'm just saying
invited
like
you?
there were just people like that there. There was all sorts of. There was like some lawyers there. There were influencers there. I was there as a podcaster. There was a mechanical bull there. That was cool.
Ooh.
Okay, so let me get on with the story. So I walk into this place. So I tell my wife, I'm like, do you want
Actually didn't go?
I was like, look, I got this invite. It's no kids, no cell phones. So I don't know what that means.
What the fuck? Was it on Epstein's Island? Jesus. No. Well,
Right.
no kids. Actually, never mind. That would be a whole different story.
Yeah.
No cell phones. I'm a little worried.
No, well, I mean, you could have cell phones, but no cell phone pictures. And if you're caught taking cell phone pictures, you'd be kicked out.
I would be a little worried. I think that'd be a red flag for me, or a really good fucking time is about to happen, which
Sure.
I hope is what ensued.
So I explained it to my wife. I show her the pictures. There's actually like a private page for the party, like a private Instagram page that you have to get an invite to. And then they were going to drop the address like just the day of where this was going to be.
There wasn't a part of you that was afraid you were going to get like.
Well, no.
Gang
So I
raped?
called the SWAT team. I called one of the guys on the SWAT team in Raleigh, and I was like, "Look, this is the address. If I fucking call you and hang up, you bring all the boys here and bring a bag of ice because that means my fucking kidneys are probably being taken out of my body." But so I tell my wife that I'm
So
going.
yes, you were nervous.
I was like, and I was like, well, fuck, if there's no phones, I don't even know how I'm going to carry my gun in this situation. And the dress code was like drunk Hawaiian dad.
Oh, well, I mean, that's pretty much your regular attire.
So that's what I just wore, like regular attire.
Give me an instill shirt called a day.
Yeah. So I tell my wife, and my wife's like, you know what? I just started a new Stephen King book, and I just bought a box of wine. So why don't you go to the party, and I will just stay here and read my book and drink some wine alone after the kids are in bed. I was like, damn it, you're not going to go with me? She's like, no, absolutely not. My social battery has drained. I'm going to leave this one to you, honey. So I drive down to this place. Beautiful, cool house, everything. I go in, I knock. And immediately the girl that opens the door is wearing a Hawaiian shirt, completely unbuttoned, no bra.
Tits out for the boys.
Tits out for Harambe.
For Harambe.
And I'm like, oh shit. I don't go to these kind of parties. I'm 37 years old. Never have I ever been to one of these, nor do I even know what it's about. But I got invited, and I felt like I needed to go for the podcast's sake or for whatever sake.
It's a story to tell, baby.
And so there's lobster, crawfish, egg rolls, all sorts of fucking lavish food out.
These like aphrodisiacs get you in the mood.
I don't know, but I like them. How often do you get to eat crawdads?
I don't even know what a crawdad is.
You don't know what a real dad is either.
Too easy. That was a layup.
That was a layup. So they had a big punch bowl, which was made with Instill rum, makers of the finest rum in North America.
Ah, there you go.
And so then there was this outside area, and inside was Animal House, right? There was this house was like, it wasn't a real house, I guess. Like it was just like a party house.
Like a trap house for partying?
But like really nice and fancy, not a trap house. Yeah, very nice.
Ooh,
you know what? I don't
in
know.
Boogie Nights?
They very well could. They very well could.
Modern day Dirk Diggler over here.
So there's lots of things going on inside. I kind of catch that outside is a little bit more tame. I go out there. Somebody offers me a drink. I turn it down. Why?
Didn't want to
Because
get
the
Cosby'd?
first thing that somebody said when I got there was, so what kind of gummy bears do you guys have? And I was like, I looked at her and I go, wow, I've been to some bougie ass parties, but I've never heard somebody want to know what fucking brand gummy bear somebody had. Like, is there a difference between Walgreens and
Yes.
Target or Harbo
No.
and Black
That's
Forest?
not what they were talking
She goes,
about.
oh God, you're old. And I go, what? She goes, I meant like, is it THC or is it like, what's it laced with? And I was like, oh shit, I guess
no
I am.
shit. Like, that's-
I guess I am old.
I heard gummy bears, and that's initially what I thought was these are some weed gummy bears, which I'm sure that's what Noel was thinking too. Mr. Narc over here is like, oh, is it like, the kind from Germany? Or
I'm like,
is it,
is there really that big of a difference between like Harborough and fucking Black Forest, you boozy bitch?
Yeah.
Like, God, fuck, dude.
Jesus, Narc.
Oh, you rich. When you start giving a fuck about what brand gummy bears you're bringing out at the
No,
party.
it's basically how high am I going to get from
Oh,
these?
damn it. This cunt just dropped all these weights. and she's crying like a little bitch.
Why is she a cunt?
She's Italian.
She's a nice Italian broad.
She's crying. She just lost everything. Here comes
got
the
a
men.
dump truck,
The men
though.
with the chin diapers are now hugging her,
And they're grabbing the back
massaging
of her neck, which is kind of
grabbing the
strange.
back of her neck. They're going to take her out and murder her.
I really hope not. She has a dump
at
truck
that.
on that thing. A dump truck that even Ross would be proud of.
Look,
at
you
that
could tell in
thing.
her eyes she's not going to make this. Oh. How did she not get it?
Oh, no, she did.
Oh, she did get
Tears
it.
of joy.
Oh, those are tears of joy.
joy.
Man, she's so ugly. I couldn't tell.
Down my face with arms wide open.
Could you imagine if she sat on your face?
Oh,
The damage she would do.
I would enjoy the fuck. That's one way to go.
Oh, she would crush you
Just
to death.
suffocate by booty.
Then you got this fucking Chinese dude.
Well, no,
coming
it's
up
Chinese.
next.
That's a chick, but that's Chinese Taipei.
That's
That's what
a
I was talking
girl?
about. That is a. They identify
She's
as
got
a
a
woman.
fucking penis. Look at through the pants.
That doesn't mean you can't be a woman these days. Come on, Tansy.
Look at this package
Listen,
on this girl.
Mere technicality.
My God, look at
mere
this.
technicality.
Look at this thing. It's bouncing. Her penis is bad. Look at that. What? She's got a bigger package than I do.
whipped out a dick that was bigger than mine.
Nope, she didn't get it. Oh.
Listen,
okay, so
don't
anyway,
get
let's go back to this
distracted.
story. Let's go
So
back to
you
this
figure
story.
out what gummy bears are.
This is the Olympics, man. I like watching people lose everything. And so, no, you don't want to be gone for this story. I'm getting
You
to the
can
good
hear
part.
it.
So,
My place isn't that big.
I'm outside. I get offered a drink. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this drink because I don't know what's in these things. I'm a little nervous. There's some gothic people there, which I've got nothing wrong with that, but they were very like, I call it gothic. Now I'm looking back on it, I think it was more dominatrix.
Oh.
Dominatrix. Except when I first walked in, I wasn't thinking
Did you get pegged?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm getting there.
We don't kink shame.
I'm getting there. So I'm outside and there's a beautiful woman outside and she's got a beautiful husband too. And I'm sitting out there and they just seem normal. Like she's got a nice black dress on. She's got like enormous side boob going on. But that's okay. I'm into it. I'm fine. Like I can be mature. There's a retired JAG lawyer sitting out there. A couple other like high profile people. This Bitcoin trader.
So let's face it, you don't belong.
Fuck no.
The black sheep of the
Fuck
party.
no. I go over to get a taco, and there's this girl, and she's like, "Wait a minute. So, are you the podcaster from the new podcast, the cop one?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, are you gonna arrest people here tonight?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Cause it's gonna get crazy."
Because I
And
brought
was
my
like,
handcuffs.
I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not a cop anymore, but thanks." And she's like, "Well, all I'm saying is inside it's gonna get wild." So, and I was like, "You know what? I've already kind of figured that out. That's why I'm outside." Whatever. She was cool. And then I started telling her a story and she was offended by it and she walked away. She actually told me right to my face. She was like, "That's really kind of offensive that you would say that." And I was like, and I'm out.
Now I'm going to go get pounded.
Yeah. She's like, "Now I'm going to go get fucked."
By 3 dudes.
She's like, "Your freedom of speech arouses me." So I go back, like I'm hanging out. There's some people playing on this fucking bull. Nikki Fit 40. Well, she actually posted it on her Instagram. She gets up on the bull and I'm talking to her husband. Her husband is like the chief fire chief of Detroit, Michigan. And he's like president of the fire union. So him and I are talking. He's
Are we
telling me-
outing people right now or no?
I don't know. No, because I mean they have an OnlyFans, and she's all over. All
right.
And he's on it. He manages it, and he was telling me like, he's telling me like how hard it is to manage. Like we're talking about these comments that she gets, and like all these crazy.
I would
things.
tongue punch your fart box.
Yeah. So I'm like super into all this shit, and I'm asking him like all these things. Like, man, so that's your wife, and like, how does that work? Blah blah blah, and she was saying like, oh, she's like, it's actually a turn on for both of us because he gets to take the pictures of me, and so I get to dress up really fancy, and I get it, like it's all respectful and great, And so then I started learning about NFTs where they could sell pictures.
Kind
and
of a
get
new
royalties.
game. Yeah.
It is a new game. So anyway, so my goal is to be home by 9:30 at night. All right, I'm going to be home at 9:30. I showed up at 7. I was going to duck out at 9:30. So I haven't had a single drink. 9:30 is rolling around. It's like 9:15. I'm starting to say my goodbye to my little table of well-to-do, great friends that I've just made. We're all talking like good professional networkers would do. Like I'm talking about the podcast. She's talking about the conventions she's going to and the workout plans. And this other guy's talking about lawyer shit. And it's all just very adult-like. And I get ready to go, and this girl comes out, and she was like, "Okay, everybody, if you'll all come upstairs for a presentation, it's about to begin upstairs."
You can't leave after you hear that.
But okay, let me rewind, because just before that, this young 25, 24-year-old kid comes outside, and there was another dude out there that was just fucking high as shit. Matter of fact, he was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and he came up to me and he was like, "Man, do I know you?" I was like, "Not sure." And he goes, "I'm so fucking high, I feel like I know you." I was like, "Cool, bro."
Like, I don't know you, but if I get high enough, I might.
So
You should have said I'm a cop.
Maybe I've arrested you before.
no, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, there were some like massive dudes there. Anyway, so I probably got my ass whooped.
I wish you wore your body cam for this.
So this 25-year-old kid comes outside because this high dude is sitting over there watching the mechanical bull thing going on. I'm just gonna make up a name. We'll call him Mike. And this kid comes out and he's like, Mike. Oh. And his lips quivering like this. He's like, which if you're not on YouTube, go watch the video. Fast forward to this part so you can see.
And hammer the like button.
Hammer the like button. Give us the 5-star on iTunes. Drinking Bro Sports. So anyway, he comes out and he's like, Mike, you gotta come inside. You gotta come inside. And he's like, okay, man, what? I'll be there in a minute. What's going on? He's like, upstairs there's a pole, and there's girls. They're dancing on it. And the guy's like, oh God, I'm coming. I'm just really high. Hold on. And I'm thinking in my brain, I'm like, yo, fucking homeboy, like, is it that exciting to you? Like, you could go to a strip club anytime.
I know, it's horny.
Like, I guess.
Or
But
ecstasy,
or whatever. So that was like 30 minutes before this presentation that's going to go on upstairs. So now I'm already nervous because like upstairs sounds
little
like
nervous.
there's a stripper pole up there. So the chief, I call him chief, and Nikki Fit and over there, we're like, okay, well, we're all going to go upstairs and check this thing out. So we go upstairs, and it's just like this wide open room with mirrors. There's like a kink wall with like fucking whips, chains, buckles, harnesses.
So they do make porn here.
Yeah, this is like a full-on something you see from a movie type shit.
Stripper pole in the middle with clouds, like Vegas style clouds and blue lights, like all of it was like really pretty.
And this
This
is
is
in a
really
nice,
pretty.
Like a
this is in
lounge?
this is in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah,
In Raleigh?
yeah.
Just on a cul-de-sac, just like a little fuck.
I'm not gonna
chamber
say
house.
what town. I won't say what town
Yeah,
it is.
but it just
Yeah,
just
but
a
big.
house designed for renting
But
and
big.
fucking. in.
I bet you it was about 3,000 square feet.
Well, you guys haven't been to my upstairs yet, so you never know.
It's like 50 Shades of Gay up there.
Bastard, that was good.
There's like
You
fucking
fucker.
peg tools and shit up there. It's like a fucking donkey dick stuck to the wall, suction cupped on there.
Hey, I thought we don't kink shame.
We don't. I'm just saying what's up there. So
Bastard, that was good. That's
I'm sitting upstairs and like we all file in and like kind of line up against the wall, and I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen? And like I'm a married man that doesn't get involved in this kind of shit. So it's all new to me. And this girl comes out and she strips. She does like a fucking pole dance, and everybody's screaming and hollering and hooting and clapping. And it's
Is there money getting thrown around too? or
No. This is just like a very
Do anything for clout?
erotic, like
We talking full nudity
It
here, or
was
like
like
North
a-
Carolina strip club?
well, it wasn't a strip club. Like I guess she has hundreds of thousands of followers. This is like what she does. I mean, some nipples came out for sure.
Oh, nipples, but like you didn't see the full-on vagina.
Yeah. I mean,
Some
she
beef
pulled
curtains?
some stuff to the side. And stuff. I mean, but it was a show. Like it wasn't like a slutty pole dance.
I
This was
see,
like
I see.
a
not our first rodeo.
this was like I'm gonna climb up this thing, slide down this thing, and it was
Interesting.
like slow, like really like ballerina type music. Like it was a presentation, right? It was an art. Right?
Sure.
And then there was another bathroom over there where I could tell like there was some heavier stuff going on in there. Stayed away from that. But my phone rang, and it was old Noel. Old Noel calling me like 9:36.
my
called
nose,
me
my
last
nose
night,
was
too.
itching.
His nose was itching.
It must have been because you called me at the bad time too.
We're like twins. I get a boner, and he's like, "Oh, what's going on?" My penis is tingling.
Is that how twins work? You feel it in your
So-
belly button?
Because when Noel calls me, I stop everything in life, and I walk. I excuse myself out of this area, and I start walking down this long set of hallways to try to get away from some noise. So before I answer the phone, because there's no way I was gonna be able to explain to Noel what kind of shit show I was in. So I get down the hallway, and I'm talking to him on the phone. Now, I knew that there was this one chick that was going to be there that does have like some like porn out. I don't necessarily know that she's a porn star, but she's got some sex tapes out, but she's really hot.
We'll watch those after.
And, Yeah, we can. I'll show them to you. I'm not gonna say it online because I don't know how she
course,
feels about
of
all that. But she was there, and I immediately recognized her. Matter of fact, I had shown my wife one of her sex tapes before I
Mia
left the
Khalifa.
house. So, but she is famous. So, I'm back in this dark hallway. I'm trying to talk to Noel on the phone. The door opens next to me, and it's a bathroom. And the girl comes out, and she's got like this tube top on with everything hanging out. And I'm on the phone with Noel, and I'm like, oh, hi, hey. And she was like, hey, can you help me? She goes, oh, hey, you're the podcaster guy. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, so-and-so was telling me about you. I didn't get to introduce myself yet. She's like, you should have me on your show. And I was like, she's like, I'm so-and-so. I was like, no, I know who you are.
She could have been sitting right here between us on
she
this
laughed.
couch.
So we're standing up, and she's like, can you come help me for a minute? So I'm like, Noel, I have to,
You need to help this woman get
have
into
to
her
go.
thong.
I have to go, but I have to tell you about
I can't
this
believe you just didn't hang up on me, man.
later.
Also,
So
yeah, beep, beep, beep.
give me a
What
second.
happened?
So I hang up, and the girl grabs me by the hand, which, I mean, that's enough for me to fucking,
Rock hard.
yeah. She takes me down the hallway, and we go around another corner, and there's this like 23-year-old skinny dude just standing in the middle of the hallway. Creepy as fuck. So now I'm like, am I about to get raped? But I'm not, because that kid doesn't have a chance in hell. I will fucking break him with my dick. No, I mean with my fist, with my feet, with my, oh God,
Your ass cheeks.
sports.
Yay, sports.
Yay, sports. So she goes, will you tell him to fuck me? And I go, what? She's like, will you tell him to fuck me? He won't fuck me. And I was like, and I go, and the guy looks at me and goes, hey man, look, I've known her for a really long time. She's like a sister to me. And I'm like,
Stepsister. Help, stepbrother, I'm stuck.
so he's like, I don't like it when she gets like this. And she's like what? She's like, I showed you my tits and you won't fuck me.
I tell him stop being a pussy.
Yeah, I don't like it when he's like that either.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, I mean, I know you're a married man. If I was there, I'd been like, bro, I'll step in for you.
So, yeah, but you're a piece of shit. I'm a nice, noble, modern gentleman.
I'm a single motherfucker. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, but you said if you were married, you would have stepped in.
No, I said I know you're married,
Oh.
but if I was there, if I was married,
I got you. Whatever. So
I am a piece of shit, though.
so I go, yeah, I don't know that I can help you out with that, folks. And she goes, she looks me dead in the eyes, puts her finger on my chest. She goes, do you know how many men have been inside of my pussy? I look at her and I go,
Do you know?
I said, I don't think that there's any way that I could know that. Like, I mean, where would I even pull those statistics from?
Not enough.
She goes,
Like rings on a tree or something.
like, I don't know. Like, is this like the jar of jelly beans where it's like, I guess how many dicks are in the pussy and then I win a prize? Like, what's up? So I go, no, like I honestly don't know how many men have been inside of your hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
And, but one, I'm still like, I'm freaking out because like I'm celebrity freaking out and I'm in a lonely hallway with this very pretty and attractive person who I've seen on a sex tape and may or may not have touched myself too vigorously before in the past.
So you ended up stepping in and fucking her, didn't you?
No. So, I go, how many people? And she goes, only 8.
Oh.
And he won't be the 9th.
Oh, what the
So
fuck?
I walk over to the guy and I'm like, dude, I got 99 problems, but this isn't one. I'm out. So I
Jay-Z,
walked
baby.
back over to the strip show lounge that was happening.
Strips.
And I'm like, my heart's like thumping out of my chest because I can't believe that I just talked to this particular female about fucking some 23-year-old dude. And by the way, she is like into her 30s for sure, which is not that big of a deal. But I don't know, like at her caliber, I'm not sure. Like that dude was a boy, like a little college boy. Like there was nothing
Yeah.
about him that was like physically,
But so
like,
what?
dominant. Like this dude. Well, I mean, dude,
Even
she
if he
was
gives
on
her
it.
the best 30 seconds of his life, at least he did it. She's
Sure.
asking for it, begging for it. It's like, so what, dude? If you suck, give yourself 20 minutes and go try again. Especially when you're fucking 23. I don't know about you. When
I don't know,
was
just
20
like
as fuck.
seeing her and like that's out of all like these shredded dudes that were stripping, there was like stripper guys there too.
Oh, a little Magic Mike situation.
There was a
going on.
dude that was fucking had a Glock on. He was walking around shirtless with his Glock tucked in his pants. I thought it was
Jeez, I would have been kind of nervous. There must have been a lot of cocaine use at this party.
I don't know. I veered away from all of that. But anyway, so why she picked him to be the star of that show, I don't know. But then I guess it's because he was the one guy that didn't want her. You know what I mean?
Or maybe, maybe they were just in love.
Like I'm pretty confident I would have said no.
Or he's hung like a mule.
Yeah,
Or
right?
he's-
He's
yeah.
Dirk Diggler.
Yep.
He's got a fucking forearm for a cock.
That's true too. So I go back outside. Now
Usually it's the skinny dudes.
Now it's 10 o'clock. And I go back outside to say my goodbyes. And a gentleman walks in and he's like, yo, you're so-and-so from that podcast. Or Tansy, you're Tansy. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, dude, I love your show, blah, blah, blah. Fair to
Your show
stop.
Tailgate Legends.
And so we're talking and everything. And so I end up talking to him to 11. And then this Bitcoin nerd comes over and starts explaining Bitcoin to me.
Yeah.
And I end up getting out of there at 2 a.m. But I have to walk back through the house to get to my car. And the shenanigans and the fuckery, like I was staring at the ground and
And you're just sober as a priest throughout this whole thing?
did not have a single drink.
Dude, I would have got a little fucked up, and at least like a drink or two to kind of ease the nerves that you clearly had throughout this. You didn't belong, clearly.
I don't want to be in that kind of environment.
Well, you should have left a long time ago.
Yeah, but that's rude. You can't leave before the presentation.
I mean, yeah, I probably would have came out.
To be honest with you though,
scratchy.
like I had like contemplated going home, and then I said like I'm gonna go home and watch Netflix until it's time for me to go to bed, or I can sit here and watch this.
If you would have taken Joe, I can't even imagine what he'd be saying.
I'd still be there.
Yeah.
He'd still be there without a kidney.
Yeah.
You got to bring a wingman to this
Seriously,
next
what
time.
the
A
fuck?
single wingman at
And
least.
I'm like,
I would.
I'm a
I would have been
solid
useless
7.
as well.
Yeah.
But Joe, my God.
I know. Thank you. See,
Well,
learn from your elder Noel over
put it
here.
this way,
Listen
I
to
mean-
him. Next time, bring Joe.
okay. Well, I don't think you would have had a chance. There were some really big dudes, and all of them had their shirts off. Lots of abs going on.
So what? Have you seen
steroid use.
these eyes? All I got to do is bat my eyes, baby.
I'm telling you, these aren't the type of girls that would have been in. There were porn stars there.
All right. Well, it just aesthetically pleasing. It would have been cool to just be a part of it.
I don't know. I can't confirm.
Jeez, you're
or
doing
deny that.
everything you can say to try to make me not want to be there. I wanted to be there.
Yeah, I don't think you would want to be there.
I'm having FOMO listening to this shit right now.
I did enjoy it though, and I am appreciative that they invited me. I had a great time.
Yeah. Well, next time if you need a wingman, you know my number.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my crazy story.
I mean, that's a tough act to follow. It took you long enough to get there, but I mean, that's a whole different story.
It's not like these quick cucks that you find yourself involved in.
Hey, we don't kink shame.
We don't.
Sometimes guys like to watch
I'm
their
not
wives
sure
get fucked.
why like so many dudes want to watch you fuck their wives.
Now remember, my mom watches this show, Tansy.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Well, I would like to fancy myself as a disciple of Giorgio himself. I think of
I was
Giorgio.
just about to say that. I think
was
you
gonna
and
say-
Giorgio should go on like a sex odyssey together.
Well, I'm more of a lone wolf, to be honest with you.
Really?
But yeah, I'm just an aspiring Giorgio. I hope Giorgio watches this and has a little smile on his face from that.
think
I'm
you-
just trying to follow in those footsteps, baby.
Hey, we're watching jujitsu.
Is that what this is called?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Netflix and you mentioned large penises, and I wanted to get the live reaction of you from that sex show that you heard Ross and.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, we have
Sex Life.
Sex Life.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna watch jujitsu. No,
I wanted to do a live on screen hammer the like button on YouTube reaction
of me seeing the
of
big
you
dick.
seeing the size of this fucking penis. I
Is
had
it
a
real?
lady friend over the other night, and I was like, "Have you heard about this large dick?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "All right." So
This
I didn't
dude-
even watch the dick. I just watched her reaction.
I'm watching
to it.
jujitsu, and this guy just wrapped his arm in this dude's black belt and is using his black belt to toss him around.
Can you do that? Is that legal?
I guess so.
Well, you rolled with Mike, didn't
But now
you?
yeah, so I did.
I saw
get
the
to do some
aftermath of it.
jujitsu.
You look like your ass got kicked.
We did 3 5-minute bouts. And so I had to, my first one was with him, which I didn't know what to do. So we really didn't do much. And then the second one was this young kid, and he just, I guess he maybe assumed that I do jujitsu. So he went kind of hard.
Fuck you up
But
or what?
No, but I think he figured out really quick that I don't do jujitsu. And so he went easy on me, but like, it wasn't like, I mean, I was giving him everything I had.
Yeah,
and then
see,
I
that would
fight
have been
the
a lot
third
more.
guy.
That would have made a lot more sense if you were saying that at the party you were at, that you had given them everything you had.
Yeah, and then I
was
had to
hoping
fight
for
the
that.
third guy, and I just told the third guy, because I didn't have another 5 minutes left in me, and I just said, look, dude, if you want to peg me, if you want to draw a dick on my face, whatever it is you want to do, you could do that right down to me.
What if
because
he
I
wanted to
could not
drag
stop it.
his dick across your face?
I couldn't stop it.
That
I was
that's
so
pretty
tired.
much what happens in these rolling bouts, right? Don't you get nuts just rolling on your fucking forehead sometimes, or what?
Maybe sometimes. I don't know.
Do you just pretend it's not happening, or do you guys make it like very clear? Like, dude, your dick is on my forehead.
I don't
right
know.
now.
I'm usually just trying to breathe, so I'm not really thinking about dicks or balls. Or,
Well, maybe I
I'm
am.
just so out of shape.
Well, know who's thinking about dicks and balls? Our friend Deshaun Watson is back in the news. Remember Deshaun
What?
Watson from a little while back?
I do.
22 women have accused him. There's 22.
Wasn't it 15 before?
Maybe. There's 22 now, though. But now the Texans are coming out and they're like, hey, we're open to trading him.
Yeah, I thought they were trading him before.
Well, they said that, and he was disgruntled and wanted out. And then all these accusers came forward, and then they were stuck between a rock and a hard place, and it was the beginning of the offseason, and they were kind of like, well, there's not much we can do. But now, training camp's starting up, and they're like, what the fuck are we going to do with Deshaun Watson? I don't understand how you can market or try to shop a player, no matter how good he is, who has 22 lawsuits going on at once, civil lawsuits. It's a strange thing, and it's like, why is he even able to show up? Because he did show up. I would be like, dude, stay home, man. Figure yourself out. Because I've never seen a player with so much going on legally just kind of ignore it, not say anything about it. I'm sure he's being told not to say anything about it.
Okay, so I've always said this thing about Hollywood is that the party that I went to this weekend was small scale, but I bet you the Hollywood parties are the exact same thing of what just happened, but on a massive, massive scale. And you've got underage actors there.
Well, they're all drinking baby blood, right?
Who knows what the fuck they got going on, dude? But none of it's like good, wholesome, spiritual, fucking quality family shit. Like these people are having these parties, probably dropping fuck tons of drugs.
So what are you getting at? You're saying that these accusers are lying?
No, what I'm saying is that these pro athletes and these Hollywood stars, and fucking these politicians, these rich people are going to these types of parties where there is just absolute fuckery going on. And who's to stop all the chaos, right? So you're getting into these horny dudes that are fucking jacked up on drugs, and they're going to this party where there's girls walking around half topless, and they find the one girl that they want to fuck, and they're already doped up. That is a perfect opportunity for like a rape or like I'm powerful. I've got a lot of money, and I'm going to take you into this back room. I'm going to fuck you because I'm all drugged up. It's not excusable. What I'm saying is that like.
I don't know. One could argue that's the complete opposite. Is parties like that make people let their freak flag fly and be able to get that shit out instead of harnessing it and holding it in and having this sort of
I don't think so.
suppression
I think that they go to these parties and then they end up doing things and drama sets in and fucking it leads to murder and divorce.
I think you've watched too many Lifetime movies.
Hallmark.
Well, speaking of training camp with the NFL, Deshaun Watson did show up, but do you know who else did?
Who?
Aaron fucking Rodgers.
I thought you were gonna say Aaron Hernandez.
No, that would
From the grave.
That would be real wild if he showed up. But he just has a mark around his neck, walking funny because he likes it in the ass. But anyway, Aaron Rodgers showed up, and we don't king shame. Aaron Rodgers showed up in a Kevin from The Office shirt. Some long hair, looking like a fucking hippie surfer dude that spent his whole summer in Hawaii. And
Getting cucked.
maybe. But again, we don't kink shame, right? So it's interesting that he's finally shown up and he's basically committed and said, yeah, I'm going to play for the Packers this year. But they've been having these contract talks where he's kind of like, I want to be able to have you, the Green Bay Packers, buy the balls and be able to have complete control over, the rest of my future. I'm going to play for you this year, dangle it over your head, but then you don't know what I'm going to do next year. And, there's been like Devontae Adams. He was the first, 99 overall in Madden this year that got announced, which I disagree with, by the way. But he's a good receiver. I don't think he's the best. And he's coming out like, listen, if Rodgers is gone, I ain't staying. So you have the fate of the whole team resting on the shoulders of their franchise quarterback. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you another year and then we'll go from there. If you're a Green Bay Packers fan or an owner, which the whole city or town of Green Bay owns the Green Bay Packers. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But if you're one of those people that is a fan of this team, like Dave Jackson, your bar manager, I would be bummed, man. I would be like, fuck this. Just get rid of him and move on now instead of having a guy play for you who really is only half-assing it, right? I mean, right. I'm sure as a cop, if you have a guy who's looking at different jobs and looking to transfer to a different unit or this and that, you don't want him on your team. You don't want him on your squad. His heart's not in it. These, if anything, just doing it for himself for the next chapter in his life. So if I'm his teammate, I'm like, fuck this, dude. I don't even want this guy showing up. I don't care how good he is. So There's some stuff going on with the NFL and training camp heating up because we're approaching the dog days of summer right now. This is when it's like, baseball's kind of at a lull. You have the Olympics going on that we just talked about in the beginning that nobody really actually cares about as much nowadays. And now, things with the NFL finally heating up, which is good because, that's when our season's really going to heat up, when we're going to really start tailgating and going to these games and traveling.
We got one on the books.
Gone on the books. It is a college game, but
that's the one I've got a really amazing surprise for you, that game.
Oh, really? Do you want to just tell me now on camera so that we can get it over with?
No, but we're going to, was it Clemson, Georgia?
Yes.
And you know how
in
much
Charlotte.
You know how much I sports.
Yep.
And
hold on, quick. Name me one Clemson athlete. He went to Clemson.
Tiger.
No, they are the Tigers. Try again. Who was the number 1 overall pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars this
Tim
year?
Tebow.
You ever hear of Trevor Lawrence?
Nope.
Who the? Yay, sports. Trevor Lawrence went to Clemson. Won a national title as a true freshman. He's got the long flowing hair. Sunshine. You've seen him before. He's playing for your team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's not
Tim
my
Tebow.
team. I don't
It is
give
your
two
team.
fucks. I'm
You
a
pretend
Tebow
to like
fan.
the Steelers, but
I'm a Tebow fan.
you're straight up. You're just a fucking. You're a Jacksonville guy.
But no, so I was able to find out that we were going to this game, match, whatever you call it. And
Thank you, Ross. I know you're not listening anyway, but thanks.
I made some phone calls. I called old Godfather himself. And I said, look, how much extra if I went in could I do this to surprise Boston Joe? And he said, what? And I was like, I don't care what it cost. Like, if you'll take half, I'll take half. And we'll just fucking make it happen. And he was like, game fucking on. So all the money they don't have in this world, I have put together the surprise of a lifetime for you.
And you're going to reveal it to me right now, right?
No.
What a
it's at the
fucking
game.
tease.
We're gonna
See, that's
tailgate.
what they call in the business a tease, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Now, I would be lying if I said I wasn't super horny from hearing that, and I have a rock hard erection at this moment in time, but I never thought I'd be this close to you on the couch with a boner, but here I am. So really, you're just gonna do that to me and not tell me what this big surprise is?
I'm not gonna tell you what it is.
What a fucking blue ball city right here. I mean,
We'll just have to wait and see, homie. It's gonna be a great tailgate, though. If anybody wants to come tailgate with us,
where?
go ahead and put it on your note. It'll be in Charlotte.
Oh, you're talking about the Clemson Georgia game. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I was trying
If you want to meet us out at Clemson, Georgia, I mean, you're not gonna be able to come into the game with us, but you'll be able to come and visit us at the tailgate.
Yeah, calling all drinking bros, broettes, nooners, everyone out there who's listening, come and fucking join us. I mean,
Got to. Look, we're gonna
Bradley Andel said he's going to go. He fucking better. I mean, he went all the way to Claytona Beach to see us. Might as well go to Charlotte. It's going to be closer.
Shout out signs by veterans. But when we get there, the only thing sucks about going all the way to Charlotte is I'm not going to be able to sleep on my ghost bed that night.
Oh, well, maybe you can bring it with you.
Ghost Bed's been a loyal sponsor of the Drinking Bros for
Ever?
forever.
8 years? 7? How long?
5.
5 years.
Past 5 years.
It's longer than
And,
some of your kids have been born.
There's some new stuff coming down with Ghost Bed.
Ooh.
There's some new things. I think there's a new pillow discount. They're switching up, because we're getting into midsummer. The 4th of July stuff's over. But now they're about to roll out another. Matter of fact, I had a meeting with our publicist this morning, and she was giving me the old rundown on some of the new stuff that we got coming down the pipe.
But she was giving you more than that. Just kidding, Araceli.
We were on the phone. We were on the phone together.
Yeah, so.
So there'll be some new ad reads. I think we're going to start using a different promo code just for our Tailgate Legends show.
Oh, shit.
We're getting that big.
Oh, shit.
We're getting that big.
Are we rich?
Are we rich?
No, we're not.
But I'm telling you, man, like, not sleeping on a ghost bed is one of those things where it's just like, fuck.
Well, I mean,
I want to go home.
I could really use a new ghost bed because my bed's not working because I got a little crick in my back. But maybe that's because I upped my weighted vest to 100 pounds instead of 80.
Oh,
Humble
shit,
brag.
did you really?
Humble brag. It's whatever.
I was going to say, you were looking. No, you weren't. I didn't notice at all. But ghost beds have a 20-year warranty on each mattress, and they're made in the good old
USA.
which, by the way, we're watching Japan and Mongolia.
Insert South Park joke here. Mongolia.
Mongolia.
My shitty wall. Anyway, ghost bed.
Anyway, America's not on there, but we're rooting for USA today. And each ghost bed, you can try them out for 101 nights, BJ.
Like the Dalmatians.
101 nights, not 99, not 98, not 100.
I think ghost bed loves when you burp mid ad read.
It's this fucking beer, dude. Playing Edward 40 hands over here, drinking fucking tall boys.
Why not?
But yeah, you can try it out at GhostBed for 101 nights. If you don't like it, you can easily return it, but you won't. Each GhostBed mattress has cooling technology in it so that you are not hot at night. You can stay hard while staying cool. That's my favorite part. Literally,
I
these
can tell that's
mattresses
your
are
favorite
amazing.
part.
Right now, GhostBed is offering a flash sale 40% off GhostBed. So they're still continuing on with this 4th of July sale. This is all going to change. So I don't know if it's going to change for the better, for the worse.
It's always for the better.
So I would go ahead and jump on this 40% off GhostBed bundle where you get a mattress and adjustable base, or 30% off on everything if you use the code Drinkin' Bros, DRINKINBROS, ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros, adjustable base. They have an adjustable base that's best in its class. 50 massage modes, 0 gravity, some other awesome features, $35 a month. All you gotta have is mediocre at best credit.
Even I can afford that.
0 down, 0 finance plan. Go check it out. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. Again, guys, get those 2 pillows, get the bundle, use the code, enjoy the massage modes. And it's nice sleeping on a bed that you know was constructed right here in the homeland.
USA.
Fatherland.
USA. Well, we support America. Ghostbed supports America. We know Killcliff does too. But some of these Olympic athletes don't seem to want to support America.
Oh my God. Who's that one dude from the women's soccer team?
That's our buddy Seth's favorite player, Megan Rapinoe, baby.
She stood up for the last national anthem, though. What was
Oh,
that
did
about?
she? Maybe she doesn't believe in her values anymore. Or maybe, she just always wants to make it about herself.
Or maybe it's, yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
That's all
right?
it is. She doesn't even really know much, it seems like. She's uninformed and doesn't really care about anything. She only seems to care about herself. But they got their asses kicked, and it wasn't by the 14-year-old boys team this time. It was by, I don't even remember. Fuck. But they lost. They got their ass kicked. But the thing is, too.
Get woke, go broke.
Yeah, and if you're playing for the fucking San Francisco 49ers and you want to fucking talk about how awful America is and how Cuba's nice this time of year and Fidel Castro is your savior, whatever. But when you literally are representing the country and you're playing for the country and all you want to do is shit on the country, sure, one could argue that's actually pretty American because it gives you freedom of speech.
But I wish you would get the fuck out.
Yeah, I wish you'd stop your bitching and take a second and just realize how fortunate and how lucky you are to get away with saying that, not only to be pumped up as a hero for saying it. So I get the people who are out there like, well, that's the most American thing she can do is speak out and this and that. And I'm fine with that. But then if that's the case, I just want some consistency, then I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want too, right? If she can say whatever the fuck she wants because that's American.
You can. You just can't do it on Facebook.
Ah, that's true because Zuckerberg is a communist. Did you ever see The Social Network?
No.
Never saw that movie?
Uh-uh.
It's actually a really good movie. And it makes you almost sympathetic to Zuckerberg in the beginning, the Winkle bosses or whatever the fuck they're called. I would highly suggest watching that. Justin Timberlake is in it. He's the guy from Napster. Which is pretty funny. But yeah, Jesse Eisenberg plays Zuckerberg, and it makes you almost feel bad for Zuckerberg. But then you flash forward to today, and you're like, fuck that alien piece of shit.
Hey, so we're watching jujitsu or some kind here.
It's
in the
karate,
Olympics. No, this is jujitsu.
Okay.
Or maybe this is Aikido.
No, keto is a diet.
No, Aikido.
Oh. Yeah,
I don't know. It's
it?
because all they're trying to do is throw each other to the ground. Mm-hmm. But here's my thing: is like, why do they wear those fucking gis and those belts if the whole thing is a weapon? Like every one of these
they're just
dudes
grabbing their shirts,
is trying to grab their shirts to create leverage. Like I'd be wearing like fucking I'd be wearing like Under Armour, like underskins.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but what I do know is, do you know who would be really good at this? Probably
Who?
a Navy SEAL.
Oh,
Do you know what else Navy SEALs are good at?
no.
Inventing Killcliff.
All of them. Every SEAL.
Single one of them. Listen, we know that with Killcliff, CBD, and recovery drinks,
This guy's
and
really
Ignite,
fucking sweaty.
you can overcome any obstacle, like some dude grappling you, trying to just grab your shirt the whole fucking time in the Olympics. And these guys never give up. I'm willing to bet that whoever drank the most Killcliff Flamin' Joe Ignite before this match right here is going to inevitably be the winner.
That's what they should do. Is they should one should drink the orange Kush and the other should drink the goat,
Tom Brady's
and then
favorite.
see which one wins.
Well, it's not new anymore because you all should know by now the Flaming Joe, which we have cans right here. Flaming Joe, Flaming Joe. Yeah, they're empty. We get it. It's because we drank it because it's so fucking good. Which, by the way, if any of the people at Killcliff are watching or listening, please send more because we would love some more. And Tansy drank it all and didn't tell me.
We gave them away at our shows.
I'm just kidding. So we got the Flaming Joe right there. We also have the Orange Kush that Tansy mentioned. The Mango Tango, the Strawberry Days, and Tom Brady's favorite, the Goat. This is the variety pack, of course. That's the one I'm going to go to every time. I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. As you know, variety is the spice of life. For a limited time now, though, you got to use the promo code Drinking Bros to get 30% off all these amazing products that have no sugar, 20 calories per can, B vitamins, electrolytes, and then naturally flavored. We like natural. We don't like that fake shit around here. Like people were commenting on Tansy's little muscles here. They're not even natural. He used steroids, confirmed. Use the promo code Drinking Bros. Tansy told you how to spell it in the ghost bed read. And if you don't know how to spell it at this point, what the fuck are you doing? Get 30% off. Use promo code Drinking Bros at killcliff.com. KILLCLIFF. Promo code Drinking Bros, 30% off. And order a shirt. I mentioned it last time when we had Mike the Cop on. If you haven't watched that or listened to that.
Dude, that was the funniest episode we've
fucking
ever done.
awesome episode. He was so jealous that we had Kill Cliff and he didn't yet. Which I loved, by the way.
Like he called me and he was like, yo, how do you have Killcliff and Ghost Bed on your show and we don't have Killcliff on
And he said because Boston Joe, obviously.
And he goes, I love Killcliff. I drink Killcliff. And I was like, well, I don't know.
And he's like, oh shit, I'm spending all this money on it when I can use promo code Drinking Bros for 30% off. And he was rocking the Ghost Bed shirt, but I would love to see Mike the Cop in a cool Killcliff shirt next time when you guys eventually get there and get that sponsorship. So one more time, killcliff.com, use promo code Drinking Bros, 30% off. Go do it now. And then come back to YouTube and hammer the like button.
Go on to iTunes, Drinking Bros Sports, give us that 5-star rating.
But it was fun meeting Mike for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was also really fun because I was like, what does this guy really look like? Because you see him on screen, you see him on Instagram, you see him on that sign that Bradley Yandel so nicely made for you. And I'm like, is he really this big and jacked? And then I go meet him in real life. And I'm like, yes, I'm taller than him, baby. Let's fucking go. So that kind of made me
What
feel...
does that give you in life? Because that dude would still roll
I don't
you into a fucking pretzel.
Oh, of course he would.
Shit down your fucking mouth.
He would, like I said in the last show, he'd rip off my head and shit down my neck. I'm not arguing that. But it's the little victories for people like me. That's the thing I need. Because exactly, he would whoop my ass. But at least I'm taller than him. So there's that. Listen, when you don't have a lot else going on
what
for
would be
you...
really embarrassing is that like you're taller than him, but his dick's bigger than yours.
I'm willing to bet he's got more girth, but I'm more of a length than girth guy. I mean...
Really?
Yeah, I'm like yeah.
My dick's pretty much just like I am.
Short and stubby?
No, I'm like medium height,
Medium.
medium weight.
That's what you tell yourself. Fuck you. that's not what. Yeah, notice how he fixes his shirt
I still
after.
wear a large.
Yeah, it's a schmedium on you though.
Man.
Know who's probably got a tiny penis though?
Who?
LeBron James.
Oh, for sure.
And it's purple. Confirmed. Saw it on TV one time. So I looked up the numbers for Space Jam 2. No, I haven't gone and seen it yet, and I really have no use for it. Maybe I will just for fun, for research purposes. But guess what? Here are the numbers. IMDb, 4.4 out of 10. And Rotten Tomatoes, 29%. Take that, LeBron. Suck it, LeBron. Oh, wow. Dexter's actually getting up and moving around now. It's the first time he's been up and moving around all show.
Here goes the girls. They're playing Australia. Oh,
wait, that's not rugby. Oh, we have the women's side. That's Morgan. Something
cute.
Morgan. Yeah, she's very cute. And I think she puts her...
Whoa, she has scored.
Wow, she gives good head. Just kidding. She did a header to score a goal. Alex Morgan, that's her name. Certified
oh, God. Look
certified
at that referee.
hottie.
Holy
So do you know that... shit, what's the...
Buzz, your girlfriend. Wolf.
Uh-oh. Is Dexter going to knock over the table? Should we get Dexter on the show? Tansy doesn't like animals. And I want people in the comments who are listening and watching to... if you can see Dexter on screen right now on YouTube, you better hammer the like button for that fucking doggo right here. It's the most handsome doggo you've ever seen. Tansy doesn't like animals. Please, in the comments, tell Tansy he's a fucking certified psychopath for not liking animals. This is great.
If you want to believe the fake news, then go ahead.
Look at, does this look like a guy who loves dogs? He's like, get the fuck away from me. Yeah. Look at Dexter just all up in his grill. I love it. Listen, you gotta pause it and go on YouTube real quick and see my beautiful dog who's decided to.
He's gonna take a shit on me.
No, he's just gonna put his ass right. This is great. I love it.
Piece of shit.
He's like, all right, there's not enough room for me. He's like, take a look at my butthole, Tansy.
He flexed
You gotta go to YouTube.
Oh, he
you
flexed
gotta
his
go to
brown eye at
YouTube
me.
and,
Check out my balloon knot.
and hammer the like.
I can't wait
button.
to get a tumor and I have to put one in the back of your head.
So we're still watching the Olympics here as we're faux tailgating from my couch in my little apartment here in
Look, man, it's hot as
North
shit.
Carolina. It is.
North Carolina heat. We're gonna step these tailgates up to real tailgates as soon as real sports kick off. Our phones are just fucking.
I
blowing
know.
up
We're just
right
so popular.
now.
It's a DB sports group hitting us up. But we got to talk about Simone Biles. If we're watching the Olympics here, we're talking about the Olympics. Now, this is a.
Oh yeah,
know,
Simone Biles got fucked up.
She's gotten fucked up her whole life, to be honest with you. So it's been a little bit over the top with like how she's everything and then she's on every commercial. That's fine. That's not her fault. She's an amazing athlete. She can do amazing things. She has been basically abused her whole life and used as like a prop to help other people benefit. So it's good that she's out there on all these commercials and making the money
like
that she
Britney
deserves.
Spears.
Well, that's a whole different story. But she's
Hey, you see the
obviously
shit she's been posting on Instagram.
yeah, like
titty pics?
she's all like nipples out and
Dude, I love it.
yeah, it's I don't know. I don't think I would touch Britney Spears with a 10-foot dick, to be honest with you. That's a whole different type of crazy. Now, if she's
It would be
crazy,
the
you know
crazy-
she fucks.
It would be
but-
the crazy I'm into.
Oh, okay. Well, we could talk to Ashley about that. But Simone Biles, I believe she was one of the victims of the Larry Nassar shit, who is one of the biggest piece of shits of all time.
Yeah, fucking
And
molester.
you know, it's unfortunate that this sort of weird. There's still more information coming out. I'm sure by the time you guys listen to this on Friday, we're filming this Tuesday, that there'll be more information on her injury and how really it occurred. But it looks like that she's going to have to sort of bail out, which kind of sucks because she's pretty much the star for the United States in this Olympics. There's not a lot of, there's no more Michael Phelps of the world out there that are really taking it over.
Basketball's getting dominated by France.
Yeah, so the thing about that is, right, so I was having a conversation with a good friend about this right before you guys came on the phone.
We know that story's fake because you don't have any good friends. Or a dad.
She is a good friend. You've met her before and she's really nice.
Is that one you found on Tinder?
See, Dexter's like, don't you fucking make fun of my dad in my fucking house. Anyway, I was having this conversation where it's like, how can this team, I mean, granted, it's not the LeBron, Kobe teams, or even the dream team with Magic and Bird and MJ and everything, but it's still a stacked up team. Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal.
It's not, the Scottie Pippen,
Yep. How many more players can you name? Let's see.
Dennis Rodman.
Nope.
Grant
Hill, he technically
Grant
was.
Hill,
Charles
Patrick
Barkley, ever
Ewing,
hear of him?
Charles Barkley.
Yep, there you
Larry
go.
Bird was on that
Yeah,
team.
I already mentioned Larry Bird. Try again.
Scottie Pippen.
All right, shut the fuck up.
Shaquille O'Neal.
My point is this: they're losing, right? And it's not because they lack talent.
Grant Hill.
You said Grant Hill already. Shut the fuck up.
Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, he was on that team. He was on the dream team for sure. Someone mute.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
No, mute his mic for a second.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Tansy just saw a commercial with two gay dudes
Two
kissing.
dudes making out.
I thought we don't kink shame. I'm very open minded and I don't
I
mind
didn't
it
know
one
that they
bit.
put two dudes making out on real fucking TV. That's why my kids
Why
don't
not?
watch
Who fucking
TV.
cares? Jesus. Anyway, my point is that the United States doesn't lack talent. They have plenty of talent, but the NBA has become
What
such
kind
an
of
international.
gay bullshit are we watching now? What is this, like kickboxing?
I wish I interrupted you as much in your stupid story that took 25 minutes to get to the finishing point too, as much as you interrupt me.
I
Every time
thought
try to
that
make a
story
point.
was amazing.
Thanks, no.
Well, then maybe I should have interrupted it more than drag it out a little bit
All
fucking
right, go
longer.
ahead, but I'm just watching the
Anyway,
Olympics.
my point is, shut the fuck up and watch the Olympics then. My point is that the NBA players who are playing for the United States, it's not about a lack of talent, but the game has expanded. It's very international, the NBA now. These teams like France, who they just lost to, are loaded with NBA players, and they're playing for their country, and they're playing together, and they have a little bit more, teamwork involved. Whereas this United States team, they don't play together. They play against each other. They throw all the most talented guys together and then hopefully see what happens. But in tournament play like this, it's not going to work. That's why you see teams like in March Madness, somehow you get a Cinderella out of nowhere and they're able to upset all these big teams. It's not because they're more talented. When it's a tournament style event like the Olympics are, anything can happen. If they had this team together in an NBA season stretched out over 82 games, they would dominate and probably win the finals. But when you have teams like this, like you look at Slovenia, you would be like, what the fuck? Who's on Slovenia? Well, Luka Doncic is. And I can see that team winning because they have a big stars in the NBA, one of the best players in the league. But all those guys play with each other all year round. And they have the scouting report on all these NBA guys that Luka goes up against. And you never know in tournament play what can happen. Now, Ross was on probably just Drinking Bro Sports or one of the recap shows here and bet the field against the United States basketball team. And it's looking pretty good that he's going to win that bet. And I don't know how many Ariana Grandes he put down on that, but he told me some big money. So is it un-American that I kind of want them to lose so that Ross can get all those Ariana Grandes back in his big bet?
No,
on
I
the
want him to
field?
get all those Ariana Grandes back because that puts him in a good mood and it helps us at all the morning meetings. We don't get
Yeah, maybe he'll get those. Maybe if he wins enough, he'll get me those Rolling Stones tickets.
I don't want to be on his bad side.
Well,
Keep winning so we can keep going to football games.
yeah, well, I guess that's
Fights.
true, right? And keep getting more
I
advertising.
don't think it's fair that any Asian person gets to compete with white people in any kind of martial arts in the Olympics. Has a real white person ever beat an Asian in a martial art?
I can't think of one.
Like,
off the top of
look
my
at this
head,
Asian
but,
chick right now who's fucking dancing around like Bruce Lee, and the white girl literally looks like she's about to rob a fucking bank and has never fought anybody in her life.
Well, I believe that's Serbia is the white chick
Really,
that
Serbia?
you're referring to.
She's got kicked in the vagina.
Serbia is that sounds like a country that was once involved in the USSR.
Didn't they fucking smoke a bunch of Albanians in Serbia? Like
I don't know. Does it get you high if you smoke an Albanian?
Like genocided them?
Oh, that type of smoke.
Hey, she's wearing the same pajama pants that you wore on the plane.
Those are called joggers, and they're style, and you ain't got no style. And that's a quote from Pineapple Express. I've seen it.
Whatever. You're the only person that dresses like a peasant getting on a fucking airplane.
Well, if we keep getting more ad reads, maybe I won't have to dress like a peasant anymore, huh? Oh, you rich? How did you dress to your fucking shindig that you went to the other night? I bet you look like a fucking... you had your Daisy Dukes on with your Instill shirt, right? Am I right?
No, I wore a Dixon button down, the bamboo one.
And if Dixon wants to advertise with us, that'd be
No,
cool
he's a piece
too.
of shit. He cheated on his wife, so fuck him.
You know, that reminds me. You told a funny story, and it wasn't the
Don't
last...
cheat on your wife.
I don't have a wife, so I can't cheat on her. But it wasn't the last Failure to Stop show, but I think the one before where you told the story of you getting fired. Is that your favorite getting fired story?
Which one? It's the only time I've ever been fired.
Really? That's the only time.
I've never. I got kind of like fired from a grocery store when I was like 15. But I got caught eating broken tubs of ice cream in the back. And they were doing like the regional manager was doing like a walkthrough, and they opened up the freezer, and I was sitting on a box of fucking ice cream, just chowing down on my lunch break.
And they fired you?
Well, they took me off the schedule.
Oh, that's a fun fact. I don't eat ice cream. It's too cold for my mouth. Yeah. I also don't jump in the pool.
You also have a donkey dick mounted to your wall.
I wish you didn't say mounted to your wall and just said that I have a donkey dick for all the
Serbian
for all the
shits.
broettes out there. Hammer the like button. But so you've been fired twice then. Well, I've been fired.
What'd you get fired for?
My favorite getting fired story was I used to work at a Planet Fitness.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say where the Planet Fitness was, but it was in North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah,
You worked at Planet Fitness in North Carolina?
I did. Before I was lucky enough to be a part of Tailgate Legends,
Okay.
I was cleaning equipment, purple equipment, at Planet Fitness. And me and one of my
Was
coworkers.
this on Donut Tuesday?
No, it's not donuts. It's pizza Tuesdays and bagel Wednesdays or some shit.
Fat fucks.
Let me just say, actually, no, I'm not going to say anything bad about Planet Fitness because if they want to sponsor us and give us some money, they can go right
I
ahead.
would rather not. I don't want to be sponsored by pussies.
Well, speaking of pussies, me and a friend at Planet Fitness happened to get along. And we got along so much that she would often come to work on her days off to work out.
Oh.
But she wasn't working out because we used to go into the tanning rooms.
Yeah.
And
Fucking the tanning rooms.
we fucked in the tanning rooms quite a number of times.
Isn't that kind of gross?
Nah, I don't
Like
give
there's a bunch
fuck.
of people like sweating in those things.
It wasn't on the bed. You use one of the chairs, get some good angles.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'll show you later after the show. But anyway,
Wait, you'll show me how to fuck in a tanning room, or you'll show me the pictures of you fucking in a tanning room?
I'm going to show you how to use a chair properly.
Oh.
You not in for that? I thought you don't kink shame.
I don't, but I don't want to get pegged by you either.
How can I? I'll peg you with my real dick. Anyway, the point is, we
That's grosser than those two dudes making out on the rack in your 58-inch TV.
Got awkward, man.
I know. Well, that's what happens when Tansy
I'm
interrupts
glad I'm
my
behind
story.
this monitor, man.
I keep forgetting my mom listens and watches the show. Fuck me, right? But anyway, so we would pretty much every day fuck in these tanning beds. So I would
How long?
as long as it took. Sometimes,
No, like
sometimes
how
it was
long
a quickie.
Did you do it? Like did
months.
you do it for months, weeks? Wow.
Months. We did it.
And you got caught?
We got caught, baby. And it was the most awkward phone conversation to get.
Do I know the girl?
We'll talk about that after.
Okay.
I'm sure she doesn't want to get outed, but I'm sure she'll be listening at some point. But anyway, yeah, we got caught on camera. No, not on camera because you're not allowed to have cameras inside the tanning rooms, but we'd come out after 45 minutes to an hour or so, looking all flustered, looking left and right, and throwing away contraceptives because we practice safe sex, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, it was a conversation from my manager and the regional manager there, and it's like, so Joe, I got to be honest with you. We know what you've been doing. We checked the film. We noticed you and your coworker going into the tanning rooms. Now, first of all, you're not supposed to be in the tanning rooms with anyone else. But then we saw you go to the trash can with a bundle of paper towels, and we had to go through those trash barrels.
Oh.
And we
Why
found.
they care that much?
I know. Well, they're fucking losers there. Let's be honest. But
That's just somebody that wants to fire you.
and I'm like, hey, Judge, I thought you were judgment free, free love, baby.
Sex is a workout.
So that was my favorite getting fired story. And hearing that conversation,
Dude, watching these guys kick each other in whatever kind of fucking gay sport this is, I think I beat both those guys' asses. Look at these two fucking nerds, dude.
they're both black belts.
You know what this
so-
looks like? Dude, get the fuck out of here. Black belt my ass. This looks like Michael Scott and Dwight fighting in the dojo.
That's an all-time thing. Maybe
But
we
look at
should
these
roll
guys.
for Drinking Bros Sports.
These guys aren't rolling. They're like kicking each other. And they're
I'll
not even
fucking kick
kickboxing. They don't have, it's just kicking and alone.
Ooh.
And,
those helmets are
they
goofy as
they have
fuck, by the
helmets,
way.
Big giant pads, big giant feet things.
No, they're
Dude,
punching
they're
too, though.
terrible.
Yeah, what is going on here?
These guys are terrible.
Well, the
Like,
ref
this
keeps
is-
breaking it up. I mean, we clearly don't know the rules. I wish
Yeah,
someone
but
was here
dude,
to
come
tell
on.
us.
I would beat the fuck out of these two retards. Look at it there.
You've called it gay and said they're retards. If,
Dude,
if
this
we're
is-
not
this is
demonetized
so
and canceled yet, we never will be at this point.
This is so bad. Like, this is embarrassing.
This is Olympic athletes.
They are
okay?
not Olympic athletes.
Did you hear that they're trying to prevent Olympic athletes from fucking?
Why?
So they gave their beds like
So I heard like last year's Tokyo thing. I mean, last year's Olympics, like that was one of the biggest things ever was that so many people were hooking up.
they're all no, that's every year, every
Okay.
Olympics. So you got to think too, right? You're confining all these people into one small section for like what, a couple months or maybe or weeks, whatever it is. They're all in tip-top shape. I don't know if you saw
Right.
I was out last night and I was watching some of the swimmers. Now, I'm a heterosexual man. However, these dudes were fucking shredded. And I'm like, they must get every fucking woman they see. I mean, they're just like all shredded up, right? So all these athletes are just in amazing shape, probably hyped up on a little something, making them probably a little bit more horny than usual. Of course they're going to be fucking. I mean, Olympic villages, why wouldn't you? And not to mention, it's people from all around the world, all different countries. I mean, you can check off all the boxes along the way. If I was an Olympic athlete hanging out with all these fucking 12-star athletes, I'd be banging too. Who wouldn't? It's always been a thing. That's why they always talked about that. They like literally have helicopters and planes fly over these Olympic villages and dropping off condoms to them because so many STDs get passed around in these Olympic villages. Really? So they're trying to prevent that because, quote unquote, COVID, suck a dick. Really, they're just trying to be like the no fun league, and they don't want people to have sex for whatever reason.
Well, here's what's sad is like, you know,
They make cardboard beds.
Tokyo spent so much fucking money trying to get this whole thing put together,
And then nobody can go.
It's and nobody's watching. The ratings are super fucking low. So I feel sorry for the next country that's signed up for this bullshit.
Well, you should feel sorry for every country that gets signed up for this bullshit because you go back and look at most, not all, because some
Like, when I
countries
was
can
a
recover.
kid, when I was a kid, the Olympics was it, dude. Like, you took the whole week off.
Sure.
You watched it every day. You were just into it. You were fucking rooting on sports. Like, this is the first time I've turned on the Olympics since it started.
I mean, you could also argue that for almost all sports, ratings are down. Now you could look at streaming numbers and do comparisons there. But I feel like because the world is so politicized and the athletes are politicized and there's so much else going on that the drive and love for some of these sports has kind of gone by the wayside because people are worrying about other shit when this is what sports are for, is to forget all the bullshit. We don't want to see the people, politicizing anything that they stand for. Just go fucking play. Like we can go watch CNN or Fox for that bullshit. We just want to watch you fucking play. So I think that maybe has turned some heads.
It's also funny. It's like these two dudes are hugging each other, fighting each other. They don't have any masks on or anything like that. But then when they go to the podium, they've got to wear masks.
Yeah. Oh, do you know how they pass out the medals?
So
they have a tray, and you have to grab your own medal. When, by the way, COVID doesn't live on surfaces. Trust the science.
Right. It's just, I can't get around any of the hypocrisy for the whole thing.
Look at this guy with his chin diaper,
he's
too.
like, this guy's not even wearing his mask.
The ref has a mask, but these two don't. I don't really get it. I've gone past the point of caring. Yeah, it's all optics. I've gone past the point of caring. It's the Delta variant is going on. I don't know if you saw those Democrats in Texas fleeing Texas on the bill.
Dude, I was so mad when
a couple of them got COVID,
with no mask.
Oh,
getting on a plane to retard the system, mind you, with no mask on, get fucked. Then the California coming out this week, Newsom, that only 62% have gotten the vaccination, and so if we have to drag you, if we have to put you in a car and drive you, well, good luck, motherfucker.
I'm not like some hardcore Bible thumping evangelical Christian by any means, but I do know people.
God's probably not even going to let you into heaven. To be honest with you.
I'm already forgiven. But anyway, I know, some people who are, and I could understand why those people would be like, this is the end days. Because I remember, my mom was pretty hardcore into the Bible. Is like, they're going to, at the end of the world, they're going to think aliens are coming, and that's what the rapture is going to be. They're going to make everyone get a vaccine and put a barcode on their forehead. And I'm like, holy shit. It does kind of sound like that's kind of what she was prophesizing, and maybe this is actually happening. But at the same time, one could argue that during World War II, people thought the world was going to end.
The funny thing is, it's just like, I can remember when you first started this whole podcast, or when we first started talking about this, is that, we talked about like, oh, they're going to make a vaccine passport. And everybody was like, no, that's fucking crazy. That'll never happen. Or like, let's even go with like, it's only going to be 2 weeks. And everybody was like,
flatten the curve, baby, flatten the curve.
And then the new normal became a joke, and then it was the normal. And then we came out with the mandatory vaccine. Everybody's like, that's not going to happen. And then you have all these people saying that they're not going to get the vaccine. Then Biden gets elected. Now they're telling you have to get the vaccine. And then now they're saying that there is going to be vaccine passports. And now the whole entire VA, if you didn't get the vaccine, you're fired. You have till like July 27th. Oh, today. You have till today to get to the vaccine. Michigan's police department just said that it's mandatory for one of their departments, but then city council overturned that.
What's it going to take, though? Is something going to give? Are they going to try to lock us all down again, and the people are just going to go like this and fuck you and do what they want?
My problem with this is, it's like, I love the excuse of like, it should be about choice, right? Like this is not a typhoid fucking situation. The vaccine that they have produced right now does not fully get rid of COVID. It's not like we're going to take us back to COVID 0 here, right? Like, we're not destroying the flu, okay? So like, it's an experimental drug that's going through testing. Also, the CDC has failed to mention the 46,000 people who have died from the COVID vaccine. I mean, they finally posted those, but the media is not reporting on it. So, I mean, I think there's at least, it stands to reason that you should be allowed to have a choice.
Yeah. It's just like freedom of speech nowadays, though. It's like people claim, the same, not all, I'm generalizing here, but bear with me. Most of the people who say my body, my choice are the ones saying you need to get vaccinated or you are the devil. Now, if you go get vaccinated, Noel stands by getting vaccinated. I don't give a fuck if Noel gets vaccinated. I'm not gonna. And I wouldn't want Noel or anyone else to shame me for not getting vaccinated. That's the beauty of it.
That's my point. Like,
yes,
I don't want to be fired.
That's what it should be.
I don't want to be shamed. I don't want them to know, because I don't want to get... And like, don't tell me that it's the vaccinated people that are getting the unvaccinated people. It's not. That's not happening.
They're trying to guilt you into getting it.
They're trying to just guilt you into getting it. When we cancel a football game because 2 of the vaccinated players test positive... I mean, what are we doing here, folks?
Yeah, and then you got to forfeit.
What are we doing here,
Well, there's
folks?
NFL coaches who have quit. The guy from the Vikings who quit.
Who's the Cardinal? The Arizona Cardinal player that says that...
DeAndre Hopkins.
Hopkins.
He then deleted that tweet, which makes me think that somebody went and told him, like his agent or someone from the team, saying like, hey, you got to get that shit down. But once it's out on the internet, that's it. It's out there forever.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it, and I don't
know. But
I
stand by him. So the thing... maybe this is a bad idea, maybe this is a good idea. I read comments, okay? I read the comments you guys say about us, too. And I read the comments on that post on Instagram about DeAndre Hopkins coming out and being like, listen, I really question my future in the NFL if I'm going to be forced to take a vaccine that I don't necessarily believe in. I read the comments. Dude, you'd have been disgusted. People like, fuck him, pro athlete bitching about what he has to do. Shut the fuck up and play football and collect your paycheck and this and that. And
now
I'm like,
we're telling him to shut the fuck up and play football.
I was appalled. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit, we're more far gone than I thought. I thought there would be more people being like, fuck yeah, man, fight the power. Do whatever the fuck you want. Tell the man to fuck off. But these people like, you better conform. And I'm like, what the fuck has happened to us? The pussification of America, we're seeing the results of it right now. Because we're all fucking pussies. I couldn't believe it. Now, can you judge the state of the world and society of America by Instagram comments? Not really. But it gives you a decent barometer of what's going on. And the fact that there was 99% of people saying fuck DeAndre Hopkins for saying that makes me a little concerned. So that's why I just wonder. It's like we talk about the problems ad nauseum, but what is, the result? What is a solution? What is, like, you talk about this with policing, right? The state of policing around this country is all fucked. But what can we do to make it better? What has to be done? What's the end game?
Make the media be held responsible for
well, that's never going to happen. Look at Fauci.
Like, now you've got now you've got the White House that's in charge of the fake news, and then they're coming out talking about the policies, the defund the police movement that has nothing to do with the massive amount and rising crime. And right now they're also trying to show that property crime is down, right? Like in America, like they're bragging. They're like, oh, well, property crime's down. Like, I don't know that anybody gives a fuck about property crime.
I don't even know what property crime means. Is that like theft? Or?
It's like, like, let's not try to just hide the fact that, we were going to break the murder record when we had an all-time low murder record for going on forward. I don't know, man. The whole thing is a wash to me. Nothing's going to get better. The pendulum's got to swing the other way.
The people got to fight back, I think.
They're going to start to fight back. I mean, I just talked to a police officer today from Toledo, Ohio, that 3 officers are leaving in November, going to a new academy at a different agency because they're just tired of their chief throwing them under the bus constantly. And look, 4 people left the Raleigh Police Department last week, and that's in my hometown. They all called me about that. We did an episode. The whole episode is called "Mass Exodus of Police," and it's happening all over the country. It's going to keep happening over because nobody wants to put up with this shit. Everybody's tired of it. When I'm tired of it and I'm starting to talk politics, like then shit's a problem because it's the last thing in the world I really want to talk about.
Yeah. But you mentioned the Raleigh Police real quick. I just want to say I was out and about in downtown Raleigh. We didn't get a chance to talk about this on the show. I wanted to talk about with Mike too, but I was waiting for my Uber because don't drive drunk, smoke and fly. But anyway, I was waiting and I saw a group of your old buddies of the Raleigh Police Department. And we talked about this, a couple days ago, but I want to get it out there on camera that I don't know his name or his badge number, and I don't care. I don't want to out him. Seemed like a nice guy. But I was like, hey, guys, how's it going? They're like, how you doing? It's like, you guys know who Eric Tanzi is? And some of them kind of like blank faced, and one guy was like, yeah, why? I was like, oh, what do you think about him?
So the sergeant that was there, I found out later. I found out who it was.
You did?
Yeah, so he's an admin. Like,
did you ask him? Like, did somebody ask you?
No, I didn't ask them. I just talked. I talked to another officer to try to figure out who was working right there, and it was this off-duty admin sergeant. So he's a sergeant of administration. So of course he'd be leader because he works right underneath the chief.
Oh yeah.
They do scheduling and stuff.
He kind of it seemed like it was a bunch of young cops, and he seemed like to be the older one out of all of them.
Yeah, and they're not going to say shit in front of him.
Yeah. So they didn't, and he was the one to be like, yeah, why? And the skepticism in his voice was just like through the roof. And I'm like, what do you think about him? And he's like, well, a guy like that is kind of yeah. And I'm like, okay. I mean, that's not a valid answer, but I'll go with it. Sure. I was like, well. Listen, him and I do a podcast on Drinking Bro Sports. You should go check it out sometime. He's a good guy. I like him. And he's like, okay. Yeah. And I've never seen someone that's such a loss for words. You could tell he was tied.
Because it's like when you make it sergeant of administration, that's like you're tied to the man. Like he's going to retire his whole life being nothing but a yes man his whole career, right? And that's why he's not a crime fighter. He's not an operator. He's not a SWAT guy. He's not a fucking a hero, kind of cop. He's one of those guys that wears the badge because he now gets to collect his fucking free Chick-fil-A and tell everybody that he's a cop. But he's not
Closed
a
on
real cop.
Sundays.
He's not a fucking hunter of wolves. He's an admin guy, and he's been a yes man his whole life, and he's given up all of his freedoms. He's given up his civil rights for that job. He's probably got 2 divorces under his belt. His kids are probably.
Do you think he's probably watching right now?
No, fuck no. A pussy like that? Fuck no. No, that fucking pussy doesn't want to get caught. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to spend all of his time not getting paid, working triple overtime while his wife fucks around on him. And and
knows?
his
Could
kids
be with
run
me.
the streets.
Maybe
Give me one of these little
Get
girls
cocked.
you could tell. Well, guys, we're watching boxing now. Finally, a really good sport is on this stupid
Dexter,
Olympics thing.
Come
It's
here.
been a great tailgate with you guys. We got some really
Come on
cool
up.
shit
Come
coming
on.
down the pipe. Until next week, from Boston Joe and Eric
Dexter.
Tanzi.
everyone say hi to
And-
Dexter and hammer the like button if you see Dexter.
Joe Stupid Dog.
I will fucking kill you. Until next time, bye.